Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's a very different product today. We've got some custom earplugs that I'm trying out by Radians. These are a tan color. It's a two-part kind of epoxy stuff that you mix together, squish it in your ear for 10 minutes, and then take it out and you get a little something kind of like this. So this is the inside of my left ear, and you pop it in there and you get a little something like that. Really, not too shabby. It's a little bit rounded, not quite as flat as my custom black ones that I've got in my pocket here that were like $200 or $300. But yeah, that's what these are. So yeah, this is a left as well. As you can see, it looks very different, totally different. This is made professionally, where my audiologist put like a string and some cotton, shoved that in my ear, and then she injected it with like that stuff that the orthodontist puts in your mouth to make like retainers and shit. And she had to let that sit in there for quite some time. But obviously it got in there a lot deeper than this one did. This is as deep as this one gets right here on that longest most area. But it also covers a lot more of the ear. My plan next is to drill a hole in here, and so that I can mount a filter just like this one in there, and then drill a hole on the other side connecting it so that it'll be essentially kind of hollow. So I'm a little nervous. I got some little drill bits I'm gonna try. Hopefully it turns out okay, but I love this because it is squishy, a little bit like rubber, silicone, whatever. Just a little bit, just the right amount. Maybe not quite as soft as this one. This one's a little bit squishier. But this is fully cured. It cured for 3 hours. It's a little bit firmer. But I used decibels before. That's another custom one. And those are rock hard. They do not have any give whatsoever. And you notice that instantly. And they'll melt if you leave them in the car. And they've been in the cold too. And they're probably not doing too hot. But we're going to give this a shot. And hopefully it works. Okay, so I was originally going to use my Dremel. I thought that would be a little more precise for drilling into the earplug, but I don't really like the speed throttle, or lack thereof. It's right here, and that was the slowest speed, and I can get a lot more precision with the drill. So that's what I did. I drilled a tiny little hole here, and that goes straight towards this hole here, and that's a little bit bigger. And dude, check this out. This is so cool. This is the filter out of my old one, and it fits perfectly. Now I'm gonna, and it works. It sounds great. It's ugly as all hell, but it works. Next, I'm just gonna drill in a little bit deeper with a deeper this drill bit here, so it can recess in a little bit more like this one. Just a little bit, maybe like I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or something. So we'll see how that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have success. Okay, it does look ugly. Wow, words. And I was scared. I thought I effed it up because it was just loose. It wasn't staying in there. But actually, I think this is better because now it goes in and it's flush with the rest of it. It's a little hard one-handed, but get a load of that. That's flush with it, which is really nice. It doesn't stick out like it does on the black one. So that's pretty cool. And I blew through the hole when the filter was out, and it gives off about the same amount of air as I blew through this one. Sorry, gross earwax. So now it's on to the left side. Alright, so yeah, normally I wouldn't be doing this on the floor. It's poor lighting and stuff, and dirty and stuff, but I just kind of needed all the stability I could get in this position with the drill. And in order to figure out what size bits I needed, I just stuck it in my existing one, and that fits absolutely perfect. I think I started a little bit smaller maybe, or maybe I ran with this one right out of the gate, I don't know. So that was that one, and then with here, same thing. This is a perfect fit for the inner circle, and this is a perfect fit for the outer circle. So now that we got that, I'm going to start drilling again. I'm gonna start in this hole, and we're gonna go a straight line. Now in these ones, it's kind of interesting because it's not a straight line, but you can kind of fudge it. But you can still shove it all the way through, just with a little bit of flex, and that's it's in there. So I'm guessing that's probably how they originally made them, because you can see it's kind of jagged a little bit on the inside there, and then they probably just did exactly what I'm doing this, and then two little zzz down here. I don't know how they got it so freakishly clean. They probably had a much better tool than I also had an idea of maybe using some hang on. Yeah, the other idea I had was to use some airline tubing if this wasn't gonna work. I was gonna stick this in my ear just a little bit, not too far, not to hurt myself, and then form the putty around that so that it would have, you know, a hole from the get-go. And then whatever excess was off, I would just snip off. And yeah, but I don't think I'll have to resort to that. Plus, this hole is extremely a lot bigger than this hole. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably it's kind of in between the two. But yeah, I don't know. I might still consider this. This is dirty, and I probably want to replace it. But I don't know. It was just another idea that I had. So let's start going in here. I think these look like little turkeys or little brains or something. But yeah, you just really want to take your time with this, obviously, because once it's drilled, there's no going back. Just gonna line up the shot here. Ideally, I'd have this kind of in like a vise, maybe, because I was trying to make it level. I leveled my table, but yeah, this is small enough. I think we're okay. Yeah, I just want to take your time, so I could probably make it almost all the way in and be safe. Minus a couple, like a 1/4 inch. Also don't want to just strip the entire thing, just rip it in half. So I'm just taking my time. And then I got a toothbrush here. I was just kind of cleaning as I go. Get some of that out, little bits at a time. But yeah, if you've never had custom earplugs, I would definitely recommend this. This is much better. I think this kit was like 25 bucks online. I'll link it in the description. However, the filters are expensive. I think I'll link those as well, but I think I found an eBay listing. But yeah, it's all together, you're probably doing like 50 maybe altogether. Trick is to keep it as clean as possible, because you don't want that stuff getting in your ear. Just kind of pulling out bits little by little. I did stick some canned air in the first one too. It stuck it all the way through and blew it out a few times. I also have some really tiny tweezers. I was digging around in there, getting all the loose pieces out of the first part. Okay, I think we're good. Looking good, looking good. Cool. Alright, now we're going to start digging in this side. We're going to start, I like to do it with the smaller one first, and then work bigger. I really love this drill. Thanks, Jeff Carr. I didn't realize it was an impact drill till recently, earlier this evening. That's pretty cool. All right, so try and be level again. Best I can. And with this, I think actually marked it with a Sharpie. If you can kind of tell, that's as deep as I wanted to go in. Here. Obviously, you want to be really careful, and this is not very safe drilling with your finger right on the other side. If I was going much faster, you could really injure yourself, and I will try not to do that. Okay, so we're a little off here. I'm gonna try and correct that maybe, or it'll just be kind of, I don't know. No, that's fine. All right, guys, here we have it. Got Lefty in right here, and I got Righty over here. Gotta say, they turned out great. I'm really happy with it. The one thing I'm noticing is my voice is a lot buzzier than it would be with my black ones in. So I'm thinking maybe I just need to kind of shave the area around it a little bit just to let a little bit more sound in around the edges. But for our first attempt, I'm really excited. I'm going to show my audiologist tomorrow, see what she thinks, and maybe I'll get some more of this this kit again. I'll link it in the description. It's the custom molded earplugs by Radians, Radians, and then I'll try and find a link for the filters as well. Those are going to be expensive too, but I happen to have a spare, so that's been helpful. Yeah, if you got hyperacusis and you want to try this out yourself, I recommend it. Maybe try it before spending $200 or $300 on custom set. So as always, thanks for dropping by. I'll see you in the next one.